Welcome back, everyone. Today we'll recap a 2019 Irish horror comedy film named Extraordinary. A driving instructor with supernatural talents decides to save a girl from being sacrificed by an unsuccessful musician in a bid to regain his talent. Before we start, it is a request to please like and comment on the video as it will help us to grow our reach. At the beginning of the movie, we see a video of a paranormal expert named Vincent, in which he was telling that if ghosts are around us all the time, then why can't we see them? He says that the possessions of some ghosts are so weak that they are not even noticed, such as the movement of the cap of the pen and the opening of the drawers. Vincent used to do a show on TV in which he used to tell about his research done on the paranormal and his paranormal talents. The name of his show was Vincent Dooley's Investigating the Extraordinary. We then see a driving instructor named Rose Dooley who lives alone in Ireland. She possesses powerful paranormal talents, including the ability to send wayward spirits into the afterlife, but has not used them since a paranormal accident killed her father, Vincent. Rose still considered herself responsible for that accident and often goes to Vincent's grave to apologize to him. Her sister Sailor explains to her that she didn't kill Dad, but it was just an accident. Rose ignores obvious minor hauntings around her and continually fends off phone calls to her driving service asking for help with paranormal problems. One day she receives a voicemail from a man named Martin who calls under the guise of wanting to learn to drive, but actually wants Rose to help him deal with the spirit of his nagging wife Bonnie, who haunts his house. Martin leaves with his daughter Sarah, and she is also very disturbed by the antics of her mother's ghost, and she is the one who asked Martin to contact Rose. In the next scene, we see Rose outside Martin's house, who had come to teach him to drive. On the way, Martin tells her the truth that he needs her help not for driving but for exorcising his wife's ghost. Hearing this, Rose asks him to get down from the car, but Martin insists that his wife has been bothering him, and because of this his daughter is also very upset. But Rose refuses him, saying that she has left all this now because it is a very dangerous job. Now Martin was really feeling very upset, due to which she gets a little confused, but she did not want to risk anyone's life. Martin then leaves in despair. After this, she listens to a program of her father, in which he was telling that ghosts also have feelings. So they keep doing something to get people's attention. But it is very difficult for them to make any real impact in this world. Like them, they are also normal and they should not be afraid of them. Meanwhile, we see one-hit wonder rock musician Christian Winter, about whom a documentary is coming on TV. One of Christian's songs became a huge hit, due to which he became a celebrity overnight, and the media also interviewed him. But his success was very short because after that all his songs flopped badly. His bank accounts were also frozen, due to which he was very upset. But he thought that his upcoming album would be a hit, because he began to worship Satan in attempts to sacrifice a virgin woman to regain his popularity. Christian's ritual was to be completed on the night of the blood moon, but his wife Claudia interrupts the ritual and inadvertently kills the woman, which upsets him. He then uses his division tool to search for a new virgin. Rose, on the other hand, is at her sister's parlor where she tells Rose about her new boyfriend. And here Rose tells her about Martin because she was falling for him. Sailor asks her to help Martin so that they can be together. Rose then starts stalking Martin and follows him to a store where his daughter Sarah works, where she overhears him talking to Sarah about her. Then after Martin leaves there, Christian comes there, whom his divining tool had brought there. Rose is very happy to see him because she is a big fan of his. She asks him about his upcoming album. Christian felt that his tool was pointing toward Sarah, so he tricks her and takes some of her hair, and starts casting magic on that hair at night. At the same time we hear Vincent's narration, who says that some people misuse their knowledge of magic for the sake of power, fortune, and fame. Such people take help from evil, but they have to pay some price in return, and Christian was also doing exactly the same at this time. Sarah, because of his spells, gets motionless and begins to float in midair, causing Martin to panic and call Rose for help again. Rose immediately goes to her dad's room and takes some important things from there, after which she comes to Martin's house. Martin takes her to Sarah's room, where she is horrified to see her floating. Rose tells him that this is not done by his wife, nor is it any possession. Then she shows him a video of her dad about a goat floating. In the video, a goat is floating with a satanic symbol below it. She tells Martin that this is a satanic ritual to prepare for the virgin sacrifice. In this, the victim's body floats on its own and goes to the spellcaster. And then on the night of the blood moon, the victim is sacrificed. She informs him that waking someone who has been put under a satanic spell will cause them to explode. She then puts a holding spell on Sarah, keeping the spell from drawing her to the site of a sacrificial ritual. She realizes Martin has the ability to talk to ghosts, rendering him talented as well, and explains that they will need the ectoplasm of several different spirits to break the spell on Sarah. Rose then selects a client from the phone calls she receives for help, and they bring Sarah out and puts her in the trunk of their car. Just then Christian sees that they have cast a holding spell on Sarah and he starts chasing them. Rose and Martin arrive at the house of a lady named Janet who was haunted by a spirit in a garbage can. Rose exorcises the spirit by using Martin as a host for the spirit, when she commands the spirit to move on from this world. Martin spits up ectoplasm, which she collects in a bottle, and Christian was also watching all this happening. He tells Claudia that he has to stop this witch and also break the holding spell. Although having a fear of driving, he plans to learn to drive from Rose the next day. Then in the morning, Rose drops Sarah and Martin at their house, and her interest in Martin is increasing. Next, Rose rewatches a tape from her father and remembers how her failure to control her abilities may have killed him. Just then she gets a call from Christian who wanted to learn driving from her, after which Rose reaches her castle. During the lesson, Christian fails to overcome his fear but obtains some of Rose's hair. She then goes to Martin's house and explains the accident. As a child, she assisted her father in helping a dog drown in a haunted pothole to move on to the afterlife, but forgot part of the incantation, resulting in her father being possessed by both the dog and pothole and being hit by a bus. However, Martin convinces Rose to continue using her abilities to help Sarah, despite her worries that she might kill him by mistake. After this, Rose and Martin leave Sailor to take care of Sarah and go on ghost hunting. They go to their next client who was haunted by the ghost of her nanny. From there they take the ectoplasm and go to another client whose stuffed deer was crying for 2 days. There was a ghost of that man's mother in it, and they collect ectoplasm from there as well. Similarly, they collect a total of 6 ectoplasm, and now they needed 1 more of it, but they had very little time. Now Rose plans to get Martin's wife's ectoplasm, and they both go to her grave. Then when they come home, they meet Sailor along with her boyfriend Brian, and suddenly the lights of the house start flickering. Rose tells Sailor the truth that Sailor is very happy to hear as Rose is using her talent. They then attempt to exorcise Bonnie from Martin's house. As they do, with the help of Sailor and Brian, Christian performs an incantation that breaks the holding spell on Sarah and weakens Rose's talents. Rose gets very panicked because of this, and Sarah leaves levitating in the air. After some time, Bonnie expels her ectoplasm, but Martin was still half possessed by Bonnie because the powers of Rose were not working as before. Rose asks Brian to take all the ectoplasm and apply it to Sarah's face, but he comes back and tells them that Sarah is not in the room. Hearing that, everyone gets worried. Just then, Rose sees the magpie bird that has been following her since her dad's accident and realizes that it wants to help her. Then all of them start following it. On the way, they find Christian also in Sarah's pursuit and realize he is behind the ritual. Bonnie gets down from the car and threatens Christian to stop the car, and during this Martin loses a finger. Claudia then hits Rose's car and drives away, taking Sarah along. Magpie also tries to stop them but gets injured after hitting their car. At Christian's castle, Christian kills his wife after she interrupts his incantations, then prepares to sacrifice Sarah. Rose and others arrive too late to stop Christian from opening up a huge pit in his floor that sucks Sarah into it. Christian is overjoyed to see this, and Martin starts fighting with him. Christian also fatally wounds the magpie. However, the pit expels Sarah, fully alive. The demon Astaroth rises from the pit and berates Christian for not bringing him a virgin, as everyone believed Sarah was. Astaroth decides to take Rose, an actual virgin, in Sarah's stead. But as she is dragged towards the pit, she convinces Martin to have sex with her on the floor to keep her from being a virgin anymore. As they do, Sailor goes into labor and Brian helps her deliver her baby. Here Christian tries to stop Martin and Rose, but Sarah knocks him into the pit, which closes as Rose and Martin climax, and she is not a virgin anymore. Bonnie tells Rose to treat Martin and Sarah well, then leaves Martin's body. Just then, seeing the dying magpie, Rose realizes that there is a spirit inside it. Martin then allows himself to be a vessel for the dying magpie, which is revealed to be possessed by Rose and Sailor's father. He forgives Rose for the accident and welcomes Sailor's child, whom he names Vincent, before leaving Martin's body as well. 3 months later, Rose and Martin have started a paranormal investigations and services business. Martin proposes to Rose, who gets shocked and responds with a cheerful no. And the movie ends here. Please do like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to never miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.